Welcome to Radio Express World News, presented by Vibha Ramesh, Los Angeles, United States. On Tuesday, the Trump administration revoked a policy that would have deprived international college students of their U.S. visas if they had chosen online coursework for the fall session. This brings relief to the student community as fear of losing their visas had triggered a worldwide turmoil. Along with Harvard University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, several tech companies, including Google and Facebook, supported the lawsuit, thereby reaching a resolution where international students can continue to take online classes during the pandemic and legally stay in the country. Mayor Jim Kenney announced on Tuesday that all big events in Philadelphia will stand cancelled until February 2021. Subsequently, all events involving 50 people or more will be banned, as well as festivals like concerts, flea markets, Thanksgiving parade and fairs stand cancelled until the end of February 2021. This decision was made in the light of the current surge in coronavirus that's ravaging the nation. Now for the single-day statistics of COVID-19. Jacksonville showed a spike in the number of cases to 12,548, while Florida's cumulative total of infections is 291,629, with 132 fatalities recorded on Tuesday alone, making Miami the new epicenter. Oklahoma reported 993 infections on Tuesday, while Alabama recorded a single-day death toll of 40, whereas Utah reported 10 and Oregon 7. Schools in North Carolina will reopen this fall, but to half its capacity under strict observance of the stipulated safety guidelines. Travelers from Minnesota, New Mexico, Ohio, and Wisconsin arriving in New York will now be required to disclose their personal information and planned whereabouts, as well as self-quarantine for 14 days, failing which a fine of $2,000 will be imposed. Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of Britain, has announced on Tuesday the mandatory wearing of masks by the public, even inside shops and supermarkets. Any person failing to adhere to the mandated rule will be charged with a fine of up to £100. This order came after several months of prevarication on the validity of face coverings to prevent the spread of the virus. As the number of coronavirus cases increased exponentially in a short span of time, leaving Britain with over 50,000 deaths, with most of them from England, the order is rightfully mandated. England is rather late in imposing health rules compared to its European neighbors like Italy and Germany, which have been observing these guidelines much earlier. An experimental coronavirus vaccine made by Moderna could be the light at the end of the tunnel. On Tuesday, researchers stated in the New England Journal of Medicine that the biotech company tested the vaccine on 45 people and reported promising immune responses. Developed by researchers at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, the first coronavirus vaccine will be tested on humans in phases, and that Phase 3 tests are slated to begin on July 27th with 3,000 people. The vaccine uses genetic material from the virus that prompts the immune system to fight the virus. Although over half the participants developed minor side effects like fatigue and headache, the overall efficacy of the vaccine looks positive. India is not behind in creating its own potential vaccine for the deadly coronavirus. The pharmaceutical company Zydus has developed a plasmid DNA vaccine called ZyCoV-D and plans to start testing it on humans across multiple study sites in the nation. Preclinical toxicity studies reveal that the vaccine is said to be immunogenic and safe. That said, the pandemic is only worsening in the nation as new single-day cases of coronavirus exceeded the 30,000 mark even as the death toll crossed 24,000. With the addition of 30,142 cases on Tuesday, the caseload rose up to 936,994. Meanwhile, China accused the United States of interfering in relations between China and Southeast Asian countries and stated that the United States was intentionally fueling territorial and maritime disputes. Responding to China, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said in a statement, The world will not allow Beijing to treat the South China Sea as its maritime empire. America stands with our Southeast Asian allies and partners in protecting their sovereign rights to offshore resources, consistent with their rights and obligations under international law. It is a well-known fact that the spread of the virus in closed spaces is more rampant and prisons are most susceptible to widespread transmission among the inmates. To this extent, an Egyptian journalist who was imprisoned last month for spreading false news died of COVID-19 on Monday. The deceased, Mohammed Monir, was a reporter. He was released from jail on July 2nd after falling ill. A much-needed appreciation was in order as France honored public healthcare workers in a celebration on Bastille Day, thanking their selfless role during the pandemic. This is a new paradigm to the traditional Bastille Day celebrations, which were cancelled due to the crisis, and instead honored doctors, nurses and other hospital staff as President Emmanuel Macron watched from a platform. He is also considering making mask wearing compulsory in closed places to prevent a new surge of infections. Further, after 7 weeks of negotiation and discussions with the government, a pay raise of over $200 per month has been sanctioned for healthcare workers. With that, we come to the end of this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Please stay tuned for the next program on Radio Express. To receive Radio Express English news and English programs in your WhatsApp, please send a WhatsApp message, English programs, to 90727 95547. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Radio Express. Thank you.